What is up, YouTube friends? I bought a kit. You wanna see? Ooh, smelling that nut. For my entire life, starting 2 weeks ago, I've always wanted a walnut guitar. I've never stained a guitar, never painted a guitar, and I wanted to try to do that. So what better way to learn than to buy a $80 kit on Amazon. A lot of people on YouTube saying they got a $60 kit. Well, guess what? It's the same kit. It just costs $20 more now. So what are you gonna do? The plan is I'm going to finish it, finish it, and if I'm happy with how it comes out, and I'm happy with how the guitar plays when it's all put together, then I'll go ahead and upgrade everything on it. But if not, well, then we're gonna call this a learning experience before I try a more expensive guitar, or never try again. I don't know, we'll see. Also, what I wanna do is stain and finish this guitar the cheapest way possible, which for me was to literally go and see what I already had. This is from a project my girlfriend was working on. Dark walnut stain from this Varathane company. Then I found a clear satin wipe-on poly, which was also here. These are both things that you can just get at pretty much any hardware store. So not fancy, expensive guitar stuff. This is supposedly an Akume body and a maple neck, but check this out. The instructions that came with it say the basswood body. It also calls the neck rosewood, where the description says it's some composite ebony thing. So who knows what we're dealing with? It looked like a lot of people who bought this kit stained it, dyed it, painted it, did all sorts of things to it. So again, cheap kit, we're gonna experiment. Hopefully it works out. I've had this sitting around in my apartment for a couple weeks, so it's probably banged up a little bit. There's some glue you can see. There's some kind of scratchy places, rough places, I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand the whole thing with 320 grit sandpaper first, and then I'm gonna try to stain it. It also says the neck has a light coating of a matte lacquer. I would like to have at least the headstock match, and I know they're different kinds of wood, so let's just see what happens. Let's just start sanding and dyeing stuff. We'll see, we'll see. Sound like fucking Jerry Seinfeld there. We'll see. All right, that did not sound like Jerry Seinfeld. Okay. Whoops, let's go this way. This shit dries in like an hour, so I'll just go ahead and do the top. Wait an hour, flip it upside down, do the back. Gonna wipe it on using this muslin cloth, which is a soft kind of cotton my girlfriend likes to use for her vagina. I don't even know what that means. She just told me that's what she uses it for. Did you hear that? No, she can't hear me. Ooh, look at that. Diarrhea. No test spot, no nothing. Let's just put this shit on. Dark walnut. Let's see. Should I be using gloves? Yes, I should be using gloves. Gloves, headband, and an open window. All right, now let's do it. Diarrhea City, here we go. Ooh, okay. A lot lighter than I expected. Do this indoors if you want to get a little buzz while you're working on your guitar, you know? Well, here's something. I didn't shake it or stir it. Oh my God. Staining it with like the fucking doo-doo water on top. Oh my God, are you kidding me? This is like a different thing completely now. Stir your stain. Kids, make sure you stir your doo-doo water before you do this. Don't be like me. That's a big long blonde hair. That's not me. It's maybe one of my pubes. Curtains don't match the drapes, everybody. That versus this. Now we're staining. Let's use another rag to get off the excess, and we'll let this dry for about an hour. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I do believe this has some sort of sealer or matte finish on it. So I want at least, I don't care about I actually love the grain of the neck, so I can leave that as is, and I do that in every video. But I do want the headstock at least to match a little bit. So I'm gonna sand this like super just a little bit with the same 320 grit, and I'm gonna try to put some stain on the headstock as well. Okay, so here we go. This is still drying. What you just saw was my girlfriend, who very much does not want to be on camera, try to dry it more quickly with a blow dryer, and helping get cat hair off with tweezers. One problem I'm dealing with right now, though, is this is not looking great. It's all streaky, so a quick little Googie search tells me that... You want to tell me off camera what you just read?
So we're using an oil-based stain, so
Yep.
We're going to want to strip as much of the color as possible with a Scotch-Brite pad and mineral spirits or naphtha.
All right, closest thing we have to naphtha is Zippo lighter fluid, which I think is very close, if not the exact same thing.
Scrub out the streaks.
Scrubbing out the streaks with the naphtha.
And then reapply the stain liberally. Wipe off excess with a rag immediately.
Yeah, man, that comes off like... I think I gotta sand it more, so
Good,
it has
open it
something.
up.
There is a finish. I want it off.
You're going to need one thing that you're applying it with, and then you're going to need another thing to wipe off excess.
Okay. It's a little bit darker. I gave it a little tint. Okay? I think that's all we can do. Maybe it'll look cool, and if it turns out it doesn't look cool, then I'll fucking paint it or something. Or hit it with a blowtorch. I don't know. We've been wanting to get a blowtorch around here. Whatever. We'll wait for that to dry, and we'll hit the other side. Right now, we gotta eat some chicken. Hey, just checking in. Fuck, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Hey, just checking in. It's taken a lot longer to dry than I thought it was going to, so I smoked a bunch of weed and watched Hot Shots Part 2, and it's still kind of wet, so I'm gonna wait until tomorrow, and you can totally tell. All right, look, I'm in jammy pants. Hello, welcome to my back room of dry goods and cat litter. So everything dried great overnight, but I had to move here because my whole apartment smells like wood stain, and we got a nice big window back here, and cat diarrhea coming out of the box right there. Whatever, for the staining and finishing and all that stuff, we'll be back here. Look at this. That came out freaking awesome, man. I'm gonna go ahead and do the back now. I did a little bit of just Googling last night, you know, google.com on the internet. There's a finish on the headstock and on the neck, so I'm just gonna sand it down even more. Also, yeah, man, Hot Shots Part 2. Duh. I never took French in college. I took Spanish. Hot Shots Part Dos. I took Spanish in the South, so it was like, dos, y'all. Hola. University of Georgia, baby. Yeah. Stirring. Who would have thought? Sanding down the body and mixing your stain. That's the secret. That's what you come to this channel for. Hot tips like that. We'll get a nice good thick layer on there. I don't know why this thing says it's a 1 hour, dries in 1 hour. I don't know in what world this dries in 1 hour, because I fucking checked it like every 3 hours yesterday and still had to wait overnight. Not bad though. If I just went in thinking it was gonna be one coat a day, I would have been fine. It's just that I expected it to be quicker. Fuck yeah, dude. This shit looks good. Also, you might be watching and thinking, that looks like shit, dude. Fucking let me know in the comments and I'll tell you to go fuck yourself. The more I read about maple, it seems a dark oil-based stain is pretty much the worst thing I could be using. But this is what I have, and so I went ahead and sanded it down. So I sanded it down more than before. So at this point, if there was a sealer on it or a finish, it should be gone. So I'm gonna try to put a big thick coat, let it soak in for a few minutes, and then wipe it off and see if this works. Even if it just tints a little darker, I'd be happy. This is just a big power move to show you guys I got a washer dryer in unit. Quibi money, baby. It's doing what I was doing the other day, and it's just being real streaky. It's getting some like cool aged kind of look though. That's kind of neat. Just keep putting it on there and letting it kind of darken up a little bit. I mean, no question it didn't take it well, but it darkened up in a way that's
kind of cool. It looks a lot better than it did. It looks like at least something's been done to it. It's just to get the goop that fell in the little truss rod hole and the tuning holes. We gotta get this buildup out of there. Look at all that. It's like that's what it would look like if you put a Q-tip up your butt, because there's poop up there. Probably. I don't know. For a lot of you. Alright, I'm just cleaning around the headstock. We're gonna let all this shit dry, and we'll see in a little bit. Or maybe a long bit. Should have been an hour. Gonna probably be all day. Maybe tomorrow. Okay. Hi. This has been drying for about 8 hours. I got up at like 9 in the morning. It's like 5 now. Looks like it's dry on the back. Was already dry on the front. Hey, Greg's back here too. Oh, you saw the little tail. There's a window there. See? Good boy. This is looking nice and walnutty. So I'm gonna, whoop, there you go. You gotta go poop. Make sure there's no dust or whatever on there. And then I'm gonna take some of this Wipe-On Poly. We're gonna do a nice light layer on the, oh, we're getting shit all over the washing machine. Whatever, okay, who cares? I care, I'm pretending to not care right now. Freaking out about it though, I gotta get that off real soon. Since I'm not hanging this from anything right now, I'm just gonna do the top first, the top and sides, and then I don't know how long it's gonna take to dry. Ooh, this says let dry 2 or 3 hours. So here we go. As soon as I can figure out how to open this thing. We'll stick a little bit on the headstock too. I don't know. Oh boy. Ooh boy. That's nice. Honestly, no matter how hard I tried, this would have happened anyway, but definitely there will be many cat hairs embedded into the finish of this guitar, and you know what? There might as well be. Should have worn gloves and a mask. Feeling a little weird. Look how that headstock came out. Nice and kind of aged looking. I like it. 2 hours. We'll check it. We'll check it then. Alright, it's been 2 hours. I fell asleep. I'm gonna do the other side real quick, and then we'll check it tomorrow. Blah! Oh, well here, you can see me do it. You saw me do the first side. I'm gonna put a little bit, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, fuck you. Well, it's not tomorrow yet. It's actually just kind of late tonight, and I'm surprised at how quickly the first layer of the satin poly dried. Look at that. Pretty good. I tried to sand it down as best as I could, but there's some glue spots and some irregular spots and some rough patches, but I don't care. I really don't care. This is I don't know how many times I'm going to say it, or if I've said it before, I don't remember, but it's oh, fuck me. An experimental project for me. I'm only going to do one more layer of the Wipe-On Poly, and in between layers, I'm just going to use some 0000 steel wool and kind of rough up the surface so the second coat will take, and then wipe it off with my little clean rag, and then we'll do another coat, let it dry until tomorrow. I'm gonna do the front and back, but I'm only gonna show you one because it's literally gonna be the exact same thing. I'm gonna do it on the headstock too. I will now let this time lapse, and you already know what I'm doing. Okay.
Wearing Van Halen today in the spirit of putting your own fucking guitar together, painting it yourself. Whoa, look out! Could not be happier with how this turned out. Awesome, satiny, walnut finish, aged, kind of worn looking headstock. Honestly, with the 2 layers of satin finish, I'd be happy just putting it together, but since this is kind of my experimental project, I'm gonna try to finish it with a paste wax. I've never used this on a guitar before, and I'm gonna try it on the back first. Just wanna see if it brings anything out. It says, Johnson's original blend of hard finish waxes provides rich, satiny luster. I never even knew I wanted luster on a guitar before, but I feel like it might be fun to try to finish it with something. So I'm gonna wipe it on with the steel wool, and then wipe it off with a rag, and see how it polishes up. See if it's a better finish. And then we'll put this baby together. So that's it. We'll try this first. I was even thinking about taking sandpaper around kind of, you know, the belly cut and the outside and kind of wearing it down to where it looked like
super road worn and stuff, but I like it as is. I don't even know what this is normally used for. Floors, furniture, it looks like. Quadruple zero steel wool. Whew. Okay. It is stinky. We're gonna open some windows and get a fan going, all right? Sorry if it's loud. We won't talk a lot during this part. I think it added a nice little luster. I'm into it. One layer is enough for me. That's all I needed. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the front and the sides as well. And then we'll put this motherfucker together. Very lustrous is a word I just made up. Look, it actually did what I was planning on kind of doing earlier with the sanding in it. The steel wool and stuff kind of, I don't know, maybe I sanded through the finish. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. All I know is that it's dry and it's kind of shiny, but also kind of satiny, and I think it looks great. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the guitar together with all the cheap kit pieces and electronics. That's not what I want for a final guitar. I just want to see that everything goes together and plays well and feels good. If that's the case, then I'm gonna go ahead and start upgrading everything. If that's not the case and the guitar just won't set up and the neck's weird, or I don't know, any variety of problems, then I will call this a successful experiment as far as finishing a body, and it'll be a guitar to hang on the wall or throw around or give to somebody or whatever. The one thing that I wish this kit did that did not is it doesn't have 2 screw holes here for the trem claw, and so I'm gonna have to drill those, and I'm gonna try to just get the measurements right and hope this thing comes together. Let's time lapse me putting this guitar together. Let's assume it's gonna take less than an hour. I don't know. I'm gonna put it together though, however long it takes. And for you guys, it's only gonna be a few seconds with some iMovie stock music jingles. Okay, enjoy. I'm at the point where I'm just gluing toothpicks in there now. I'm gonna cut them off with an X-Acto knife and re-drill these holes until I can get the bridge claw to fit in there nicely. Okay. So I forgot to turn my light on, sorry. Should you use a drill on the hardware? Probably not. Definitely not. But it's hard to screw in, and I'm going real gentle. Yeah. Just got a YouTube comment on one of my other videos, upgrading a Harley Benton. Comment says there's an L in solder, LOL. Well, guess what? I don't want you to see my email address. Here in America, we pronounce it solder, okay? One of the many differences between people who live in different parts of the world. Solderless, solder, solder, solder. In the UK, go ahead. Solder it up. I've never heard an American say solder. I could be wrong. I might have been saying it wrong this whole time, and if I was, make fun of me. I don't give a fuck. It's the mailman. I don't know if you can hear that. Every time the mailman comes. He's rocking his tunes though. Super cool. Gotta go see if my stimulus came. No stimulus. That's okay. I'm just gonna spend it on guitar shit anyway. Alright, we're getting close. Let's string it up with the shitty strings it came with and use that to fit the string trees. And then let's see if we can get it intonated and in tune and all that stuff. Oof. All fucking bendy, shitty ass strings. Alright. I don't know if we're even giving this thing a shot by putting these strings on there, but no. Dude, never mind. Fuck it. This is disgusting. I'll sacrifice a set of $5 Ernie balls before we use those. Let's do the truss rod first and make sure that that's straight. So it looks like we're starting off with a little bit of a back bow.
see if this even works, but let's loosen it up. Yeah. Awesome. We're straight. Okay. Stringy time. Oh my god, these tuners suck. I can already tell. This is below quality of like a Squire or something like that. Alright, let's get them all on and see what happens. Oh. I don't know if Floyd Rose springs are the right things, but the bridge is floating a little bit, and I got the screws pretty much in all the way. Oh, I can go a little more actually. I want to hardtail this. I want the bridge against the body. I don't think we're using a whammy bar on this one. Let's try another spring or two and see if that works. Yeah, that bridge isn't going anywhere. Okay. Do we need 2 or 1 string tree? Pilot hole. Very nice. Oh, fuck me. Not bad, huh? Look at that. Oh, the first chords. Wow, this thing is light as shit. We got it looking great. Now, what I gotta do is spend some time intonating it, getting the string heights where I want them. Basically, it's all gonna be done with the screwdriver here and the tiny little Allen key it came with here. So I'll be back and we will see how this thing stays in tune and sounds. Okay? Be back in a little bit. Oh, you know what though, while we're here, let's see if the electronics work. That'll be fun, right? The only thing I haven't done is I haven't messed with the pickup heights or anything yet, so nothing is gonna sound even, but good time now to see if everything works. Woohoo! You know, nothing's gonna sound good out of that little amp anyway, but we got a working guitar. That's pretty sweet. I've played worse guitars. Okay, this is cool. This is what I'm gonna do. This is pretty promising at this point. I'm gonna get the tuning and intonation as best I can, then I'm gonna get the pickup height set, and then I'm gonna decide, which I'm leaning very much towards right now, doing a whole separate video where we upgrade everything on this, much like I did with the Harley Benton Telecaster, and really make this a badass guitar. Yup, I agree, Greg. It's a very good idea. But right now, back to tweaking it a little bit, and I'll be back in a second. So it tuned up and it intonated great. And it sounds pretty decent too, surprisingly, for how shitty the electronics are. But, hey, Griffin, shush, I'm filming, dude. If there's one major problem left on this guitar, it's that the nut is cut way too high. So no matter how well I tune it or intonate it, all the open chords seem to... Griffin!
I'll put him back here. Griff, come on.
Back there in his dungeon. We have a dog dungeon back there with torture devices and stuff.
Just chill out, okay, bud?
Yeah, chill out in your torture dungeon.
Are you showing off for your friends right now?
Yeah, I'm showing off my YouTube friends. What was I talking about? It's funny because the intonation up here is totally fine, but if I'm playing open chords here, it's just they're not sounding great because the nut is cut too high. I got a new nut. I can put that on there, and I'm gonna do that later. And I'll tell you, this thing is so comfortable, and I think it looks so good that I'm gonna upgrade everything. And I'm gonna make a whole separate video of that in the next, I don't know, few months maybe. I gotta decide what I want to do with it, what parts, what electronics. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna do it for a little bit. So if you watch this video and you like it, and you want to see me do something fun with this, throw some suggestions in the comments. What are some fun pickup combinations? This thing is routed for humbucker, single humbucker, so I can do all sorts of things. I'm going to upgrade everything from the tuners, the nut, the electronics, I don't know, whatever you can think of that you think is a wacky, fun idea for a guitar. I think this will be the guitar to try it on. So feel free, let me know what you think. There's one more thing I have to do to this before it is complete. Every custom guitar needs a custom decal on the headstock, right? So I got Taylor Custom Designs on Etsy to design this very special headstock decal for me. I don't want to show it to you yet. I kind of wasn't sure exactly what I wanted, so I need to cut this a little bit to customize it for my purposes, but this is going to be a pretty sweet finishing touch. So I'm going to do a little cutting on my little board right here, and we're going to stick this on the headstock, okay? Here's a little sneak preview. Boop! Ooh, did you see what it was? I'm not showing it to you till it's done, okay? Oh, you have no idea. That is so stupid. That is so stupid. Okay, I can't wait for you guys to see this. Oh my god. Be on stage, and I know from far away a lot of people are going to be thinking, what's that, a Fender Stratocaster? Nope. That's a Fartacaster, ladies and gentlemen. The Fartacaster is born. I'm going to give that a day to dry, and then I'm going to put some either lacquer or the satin finish over it. It should get rid of the outlines of the decal. I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any suggestions for upgrades, mods, anything to do to this to make it badass, let me know in the comments, and please subscribe, and alright, I love you. Van Halen.